in every Monday. Conversation taking place. All of it's real, some of it's funny. Kick your feet up if you like, at least your internet connected. Twist a blunt, pour a drink simultaneously, a separate perspective with respect. Being reflective with some fears. Couple hours out of your day, fire in the hole and cheers. Oh yeah, might as well go ahead and talk your shit, but make it funky, cause we all gon' sniff. Signing in King Coleman and them Gizzle. Come on and kick it for a little. Ain't no hating, we debating over topics big and little. If you're ready, let's get it. Let the greatness resume. Welcome to the conversation room. Tap in and tap share.
Yo, 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 yo. What it do, y'all? Welcome to the conversation room. I'm your boy M Gizzle, aka God's homie. Y'all know my boy over there. Go ahead and
I be your boy, Mr. King Coleman in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all for tapping in tonight to the Conversation Room podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate y'all out there.
Man, we got
so y'all know what we need y'all to do. Y'all know how we need y'all to do it, man. We need y'all to tap in, tap the share on the stream, man. Hit the like on the stream and tag a friend in the comments and tell a friend to tap in. Terrence Brown, thank you for tapping in, my brother. What's the word?
Thank you, boy. I highly appreciate it. Boy, Terrence with that Pee Wee Herman, boy. Oh shit, man! I think we got a good one for y'all today, man. It's actually more on a serious note today. We ain't, you know what I'm saying? We having a serious one tonight, y'all. So you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, tune in, roll y'all blunts, get y'all drinks, get y'all snacks, do what you got to do to get comfortable, because we're going to vibe tonight. We're going to talk tonight, man. We got some things to discuss and get worked out. You know what I'm saying? So let's see how this goes. Let's talk about it.
Tap in with us, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to give it a little time for everybody to share it up for us.
Hey, Teach! What up, Teach? Tell the wife I said what's up, Terrence, man. I ain't seen her in forever, man. Tell her I said what up. Hello, ma'am. Sure. Tell her she supposed to be teaching my kids right now. Shit. Yeah. Man.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know what it is, man. Hit the share button for y'all guys. Tag a friend. V, what up, though? I see you out there in the motherfucker. What's the word?
What up, D? So, while we sitting there getting all this up and going, how y'all doing this fine evening, man? Go ahead, drop in the comments how y'all been. What's been going on? I missed y'all last Tuesday. I couldn't function last Tuesday. I couldn't do it. Freaking look, my migraines. I was good during the winter. I had a good 4-5 months where them motherfuckers was damn near gone, but not only gone, but boy, summertime hit. That shit went out the motherfucking window. Don't worry. We're going to talk about them aliens. We're going to get on them aliens today. All right? Don't worry. Me and my partner, we've been discussing it. It ain't going to be one of our first things, but we're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about them aliens, man. We're going to talk about them motherfuckers.
We're going to talk about them motherfuckers, man.
Right. Because I just seen a motherfucker reading the manuscript about the aliens that left the letter and shit, left the message for us about how our planet all fucked up and shit. They don't want to be here. So they really pretty much sounded like Americans right now in America. And shit. The aliens don't want to be on Earth. We don't want to be in America. And all seem to just be coming to fold.
So we should just trade places, huh?
Right. Shit. Put us on the airplane, put us on the spaceship with them. Shit. Yeah.
We ain't got I want to go.
Hell yeah. Send me off, Scotty. Shit. B just got out of work. Good stuff. I hope you had a great work day. Hope everything went right.
Yep.
Shit. Get them dollars good. Get them dollars. And shit.
We got about a minute and a half, y'all, before we get this thing cracking. How was work, V? How did work go for you, man?
Look, Terrence, I ain't even gonna lie to you, right? I'm not talking about Trump bitch ass. Okay? And Trump will never be a discussion that I bring up. That man is so fucking weird in the he's not worth my energy to have a topic about. Personally, that's just how I personally feel. And the fact that he has all these indictments and shit, but yet he haven't done not one day in jail. You know what I'm saying? That shit right there lets me know that this shit ain't all that they making it seem to be. Yeah, he did some fucked up shit. He done broke some laws, but shit, they obviously don't give a fuck. So why should I? The man's too much of a bigot for me to give any real attention and feelings towards, except for he's a bitch. But Tracy, what up? Good. Thanks for tuning in with us.
Thank you for tapping in with us.
Man. Look, I'm gonna let y'all know y'all gonna be seeing me throughout this show shivering and hella cold and all this extra shit. I'm trying to keep the mind, I'm trying to stay out of pain, you know, and cold keeps the pain away. So as soon as I overheat, as soon as I get too hot, boom, the show over. I'm letting y'all know now. I'm canceling. If I get too hot, I'm canceling all this shit. Lights out, cutting the power, what do you say? Cutting the water off. I'm cutting the water off. Shit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So today on the Conversation Room podcast, we got a couple of topics that we gonna touch, plus a little more. Today's topic's gonna be about racial injustice. We're gonna have a couple of topics about that, a couple questions to go with that, and we're gonna talk about it and see what's up with it. We also gonna talk about social media today, and we're gonna talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and all that about social media. And we also gonna talk about society. We got questions about society today that we gonna talk about, and we gonna get to the bottom of a lot of these discussions that we should have more often. Those are three of the main topics we're going to talk about today. And we also got a few other things that we're going to bring up throughout tonight's show as well.
Yeah.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so with that being said, go ahead, Em.
Let's do it. Oh, no, I was about to say, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to bring these discussions that we really should be every day. We're trying to bring them into the building, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to talk about them. We're trying to get them out there. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to try to start this dialogue up. And hopefully y'all grasp it, hold on to it, and take it home with y'all. Take it to work with y'all. Take it to school with y'all. Carry it throughout your day. Bring it up with everybody, because this is actually things that really need to be discussed and figured out. Because as y'all can see, that time's really not getting any better from how they was during the 50s and 60s and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? They really not getting any better. So maybe rather than, just thinking about it and just letting it float on by, maybe we really need to start discussing these things. So let's do it.
Conversations. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to get into our first topic of discussion for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to tap in again. We're going to talk about a little bit of racial injustice. We're going to talk about it before we get into this, you know what I'm saying, get deep into this and everything. We want to let everybody know that this topic right here is real. I don't think that there is no place on earth in America, period, where this is not happening to anyone. And we also know from either experience, from the data that we come across and the news stories that we hear, we kind of know where the racial injustice lies the most. So those things aren't something that we are blind to. So now the first question inside the racial justice topic is going to be, can you inherit a fear of the police? Is having a fear of the police something that most African Americans grow up naturally knowing, or is this something that we have to be, you think that this is something that we not, I ain't gonna say that we should teach, because I feel like we should teach it, period. Whether we happen to go through it, seeing it or not, I feel like we should teach it regardless. So, but is a fear of the police something that most African Americans grow up already inherited in them, or is it something that's more often needs to be taught for that person to have the proper, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say the proper fear, because I hate to say fear, but you know, the proper awareness of police.
Mm-hmm. Now, I personally, not only did I personally, but from what I've also researched, it's a yes. Okay. Because from what I researched is that you actually can inherit fear from your parents, which they inherit from their parents, which they inherit from their parents, whether it's fear of spiders, heights, clocks, whatever the hell it is, right? You actually can inherit fear. So now, with that being said, right, if fear was so strong, right, from way back when, no freaking, okay, all right, so let's start here, right? Bro, the police force and police was started off of slave catchers. Okay, that's where police actually started from and originated at, catching slaves and shit, runaway slaves or free men that they turned into slaves, right? So now, what happens is our ancestors, the ones who had to fear them slave catchers, right? That fear embedded so strongly onto their DNA that it passed down to the next generation. Now, when that generation of slave catchers, when they transformed into the police, guess what happened? That fear does not change. Just because their badge change does not mean, or just because a uniform change does not mean that that person has changed. So what happens is that the fear that our ancestor had travels down along with us, just like how the slave catcher transformed into the police officer. So that fear is always there because it's part of the DNA. That's just like, say, somebody that's never done anything wrong, right? You take somebody that's never done anything wrong, black man that never done anything wrong, but let a police officer get behind them. They don't even have to blurp them, right? They just get behind them. They automatically going to get a sense of nervousness, right? And this has been scientifically proven. This has been proven. They automatically get a sense of nervousness, even when they haven't done anything wrong. But that's because that ancestral fear is still part of them. That inherited fear is still part of them. So, yeah, you can inherit fear of the police. And I feel the fact that the police isn't doing anything to change that fear is a major problem in society. And so, to the question, yes. Y'all opinions?
I agree with all that. Bree say the police was never put in place to protect people of color. Study shows that you can inherit fear, and we have from our ancestors. So Bree agreed with what you said, M. Gizzle. And I like to agree with that as well, man. I feel like it's almost like it's in the bloodstream. Because even I've never been harassed by the cops. Even the times that I have been pulled over, they have went seemingly well. You know what I'm saying? They might not have went how I wanted them to go as far as not getting a ticket or not being arrested or whatever. But even though going through those things, I have not personally witnessed any ill doings. But like you said, M, any of those times, even from the first time I got pulled over to the last time I've got pulled over, there was always a level of some type of fear that I had in me about having a confrontation with the police. So that makes me feel like what you guys are saying, and it kind of backs the data just from my own personal feelings in those situations, that no cop has never done anything to me of my unliking, but yet I still have inside that eternal fear of having that confrontation with police officers. You know what I'm saying? So I can get behind that. I don't think I can dispute that at all. I personally do feel like, yeah, it is inherited. Whether it's something that we intentionally want to happen or not, I feel like it's no way around it, just because of our past and everything we've been through, and how these things is happening on TV more and more often, captured on video more and more often. We get to see it. And a lot of times when you see things that's happening to people simply because of the skin color that matches yours, that alone brings the fear, elevates the fear in you, whether you go through it or not personally. That's how I feel.
Okay, so now that's something else I want to bring up that you just said that, like, now it's on, we seeing it on video and stuff like that. So now tell me this, right? Do you feel that the fact that it is being captured on camera, do you believe that's helping or dissolving the situation? Like, do you think that's helping the fight, or do you think it's causing more of a problem?
I wouldn't necessarily. Now, okay, I don't think that. I'm gonna start off with the problem part. I don't think that it's necessarily causing more problems. I would probably, if I'm giving it a percentage, I would say maybe 55-45, leaning more to the side that it's helping. And the reason why I say that it helps just a little bit more to me, because like, whether a motherfucker want to recognize it by just hearing people talk about it, I feel like it hits differently when you actually can see the shit that people is talking about. You know what I'm saying? Rather you, like, let's say if you a Caucasian person or any other person of any other race, and you hear what black people go through, African Americans go through, and you might be one of those people like, man, come on, man, y'all. I mean, like, yeah, it's not as bad as, what if you one of them people? But then you get to see these videos and you like, damn. Like, now that I'm actually seeing it, it do seem kind of more fucked up. It does. So I feel like, just like when we say it's things that we should, rather, no matter how uncomfortable it is, we still should have those type of conversations. I feel like that's kind of falls like that. As uncomfortable as it is to see, I think it helps to bring more awareness to the people that want to act blind to those type of things.
Okay, so now tell me this, right? Because I agree with you. But now, playing devil's advocate, right? What about them situations where the police get caught on camera doing anything they want to do? It goes through media. It goes through everything that it goes through. Everybody sees it. The world sees it. But yet them police officers still walk away scot-free. Do you believe?
And that's the problem.
Well, do you believe that just like that video shows your average citizen, like, oh, things is really this fucked up? Do you believe that same video will show them fellow police officers, oh shit, we could get away with this? They caught it on camera and they still got away. So if he could do it, I could do it.
And that will be the case to some of the guys. They gonna look at it and they gonna press their luck. They gonna press their luck, and maybe they gonna try to do it, and hopefully they can be on the good end of it for them, or what case may. That's why I say that if I was to make it a percentage, it's 55-45. The 45, that's not a low percentage. That is still very high. You see what I'm saying? So now if you're talking about long term, do I think it could pay off in the long term? I think yes. Now I hope that we don't have to keep seeing these more and more often long term to get to where we want to get to as far as understanding where we coming from with this situation. But I do feel that the more things come to light with more truth behind it, I think it could flip the script and start to turn a new direction. The more we get truth behind a lot of these things. So even with like the gun control and police reform, like if we actually get the honest truth and all of this behind some of these things, then maybe we can get people to change their viewpoints on these things. But as long as things stay in place, no matter how many videos we see, if things stay in place the way they are, gun control, police reform, whatever, Everything needs to be tweaked. They always say if it's not broken, why try to fix it? Well, this shit is broken. So you must try to fix it. And I feel like once you get many more people on the side of something wrong about this, we ain't gotta demolish it all the way, but we need to tweak some things. I feel like the more people we get behind that notion, that's when we can start seeing more change, because even if you change the individual's mind, it does not stop there. It got to go up higher. The mind changing have to go up higher in the anarchy. So it's like, if it don't just start with society. Yeah, society can get the picture, but then if they still not willing to change for what society wants, then it ain't gonna work. Period. So yeah, we can convince society all we want, but if we're not reaching the top people that can really make the decisions, it's gonna always be that 50, 50, 55, 45 type of percentage difference. It'll never go to a 60, 40 in our behalf, or even higher than that. Because the people that's in place of these laws, they don't see nothing wrong with it.
I agree with you. Now,
Bree, thank you for tapping in. Some Trina, I see y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in, man.
Yay, thank you.
Flip, I see you out there on YouTube, man. Thank you for tapping in, my brother. And everybody else that's out there on YouTube, I see y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in. Don't be afraid to jump into the conversation anytime with anything you want to say. Nathaniel Dixon, I see you out there. Thank you for tapping in. Appreciate y'all out there. If y'all just now tapping in, please hit the like on the stream. I need everybody in the motherfucking comments right now to hit the like, hit a reaction on the stream. As well, if you haven't, please share this bitch up for us right now. Please. And if you really rock with your boys, you would tag a friend in the comments right now and tell them to tap in and tap share.
Okay, so now with what you were saying, that, you know what I'm saying, the top of the food chain needs to see it or whatnot. Okay, so now my thing is this, right? Do you think that the people on the top of the food chain don't see it? Or do you feel that they see it, but being that it lines their pockets even more, they just ignore it?
That second part. I feel like for the powers that be, maybe not all of them, but clearly majority of them, because don't nothing really change. So the majority got to have the power. So I ain't going to say all of them, because they've got, some people vote against this shit. So a majority of them, they not going to change nothing that's not beneficial to them. You know what I'm saying? If the change is going to hurt them, they not going to be as willing to make that change. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's tricky about it. It's hard to say who should be in place and who gonna do the right thing, because a motherfucker gonna tell us what they need us to hear to get what they want. That does not mean when they get where they want to go that they're gonna do the things that they told us to do. So we always is playing with fire when it comes to that anyway. Mm-hmm. So for the most part, we just gotta hope that the motherfuckers that we do put in these places, they actually do the things, or actually have the opportunity to do the things that they say they're going to do. Sometimes they try, but like I say, the majority rules. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to always be like that. And that's why, again, voting is very important. And as everybody know that, since we've been taught that as a little child, and we know how the voting game go. We know how that shit be sometimes, but that should never stop us from still going out there trying. Just like when y'all see a motherfucking woman or a man that y'all might be super attracted to, or a job that y'all really want, y'all gonna fight to get that motherfucker. Y'all gonna give all the effort that y'all can. I feel like it's the same way. Nothing changes overnight. Whatever the changes that we want now in this generation, we planning that shit for the future generations. That shit is not for us. Whatever changes that we want, it won't be for us. That's what we got to understand. Anything that we voting on to change, it probably won't come about and really make effect for our generation. It's going to be more so for the generations that of our kids that can really benefit from the shit that we trying to change now. So that's kind of important. We can't stop. We might get it wrong, and then the motherfucker be in office for 4 years. But then we got to recognize that and try to get him the fuck ass up out of there and keep going until we find the right person. Just like when you dating, you date 17 motherfuckers until you find the right one. So we'll keep voting, changing their ass out if we have to until we find the right one or the right one that's going to at least attempt to try.
See, I see what you're saying, but I actually disagree.
Okay, talk.
I honestly don't believe that voting and all of that is what's going to change the problem. Because we could sit and shuffle presidents and governors and so forth and so forth. But at the end of the day, what really needs to change are the individuals, or is us. We need. I feel that we need to, rather than focusing on the motherfuckers who's supposed to change or who's supposed to fix the issues. We can't rely on them. Even if let's Obama for example, right? We all begged for Obama to get in. We all begged for him, right?
Pretty much.
We got him, and what benefit really came from it? What can you say in your life that's better now than when Obama touched office? You see, people they talk about these changes, right? But then what happens is the people who's really in charge, right? That 1%, these folks, the big dollars, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Them the ones who's actually controlling this shit, right? It's not the government. They're not controlling this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's that 1%. It's that 1% of the higher of the money.
Because a governor has a ticket. The governor has a price. A judge have a price. A congressman has a price. Everybody has a price. You know what I'm saying? But it's not going to be until we start helping ourselves understand the situation and helping ourselves correct the situation. That's going to be the only time this shit actually come to a change. You know what I'm saying? That's take all them peaceful protests, right? That shit ain't getting nobody nowhere. Let's be realistic. You know what I'm saying?
And that before you do that, M Gizzle, I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish that because that's actually where I was going to next. Before you get into where you was going, I was actually going to that next. So let me put that up and you could continue with what you were saying. So this the second question for the racial injustice part right here. So are peaceful protests as effective as the riots that we've been seeing throughout history and the people? So what do y'all feel about this? I'm gonna let you continue though, but do y'all think the peaceful protests are actually more effective than the riots? Go ahead, M. Gizzle.
Now, here's my thing about that, right? Is you get 1,000 people, right, marching down the street peacefully, protesting the situation. The folks who's in charge, right, they gonna look at that situation like, there they go, walking down the street, protesting. They'll be gone in a week. They'll be gone in a month. There's no need to worry about them. You don't have to fear them. Yeah, they causing some attention for the moment, but you don't have anything to worry about them. But now, you take them folks that's riding, that's so pissed off that now they willing to tear this bitch up. Them the ones that I feel, I could be wrong, but I feel those are the ones who actually create a disruption in the order. You know what I'm saying?
What, the rioting or the peaceful protesting?
This shit. The rioting, the people, the government and the people in charge, they don't want to rebuild these businesses. They don't want to rebuild these stores. They don't want to rebuild these busted ass, burnt down buildings. Okay, so they gonna look at that. Okay, but then on that, they're gonna look at that, but they're gonna sit there and they don't want the rest of the world to see this shit. They don't want the rest of the world to see that, damn, these people are so fucking pissed off and so aggravated that they willing to burn down their own fucking country. You know what I'm saying? Now, Flip, I see what you said. It's about love. That's the only thing that makes sense. But that's the thing. Where's the love?
I was about to say that. Ain't no love.
Like, how can you're not about to sit there and love your abuser. You're not about to sit there and continue to let your abuser beat on you. Know what I'm saying? You're not about to sit there and you just gonna pout for a moment? You're gonna do a peaceful pout? If your partner's sitting there beating on you, you just gonna sit there pouting on the couch? You know what I'm saying? No. You're gonna make a noise. You're gonna do something. You're gonna react to the shit. And that's the thing. That peaceful protest shit is cute. It'll bring some attention, but it's not making enough noise. It ain't putting enough ripple in the system to really affect the situation.
And I think I understand that wholeheartedly, because I found myself in the past years seeing a lot of protests, riots. I found myself, whether if this is a right feeling to feel or not, I'm not justifying this feeling at all, but this is a feeling that I have had when I've seen both sides, the peaceful protests and the rioting. I found myself wanting to support the people that riot more. I don't know why that is. Probably because of what you said. Maybe I feel like the anger that even is built up in me from seeing the shit makes me want to fuck some shit up. So I don't know. I do feel like, look, sometimes chaos is the best way sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie, what's good with it? Thank you for tapping in.
Eddie, what up, one? Thank you for your view. Make sure you hit them likes, hit them shares, let us know that you care.
Yes.
Get my good agua.
Refresh that vocalizations.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like, man, the rioting, as much as I would like for it not to have to go that far, but I do agree. Sometimes you got to step out the box and do things and to get results. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rocking with that.
Man, let's say all right, Flip say, my mama told me a long time ago, don't worry about what nobody else doing. You just do the right thing. I agree with that. To a certain extent. I agree with that, right? But it comes a point where you have to worry about what the next person doing. Okay? You have to worry about what's going on in your society. You cannot just sit back and let shit happen and think that it's not going to affect you. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're doing the right thing don't mean that the wrong thing ain't going to happen to you.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to get involved. You have to get active. You have to be part of the solution. Just like they done said a million times. Everybody done heard the goddamn catchphrase. If you ain't part of the solution, then you're part of the problem.
Part of the problem.
You know what I'm saying? Fucking, that's why things then got fucked up so badly. Because of people just sitting around. Well, it ain't happening to me. It ain't happening to me. Fuck it. That's them over there in Tennessee that's going through that. That's them over there in California that's going through that. That's them over there that's going through that. It ain't happening right here. It never matters until it happens at home. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem, is that we need to look at, because yes, you have a self-address. You know what I'm saying? I live at 18 Wooty Whoop Street. Okay. You live at Wooty Whoop Street. Okay. But we all live right here in America. America is our home. So if we're not going to speak up for what's going on in our home, that makes you a part of the problem. You see, you have to get involved. You have to, especially if you want things to get better. Now, if you really don't care, then just say you don't care and let it be that. You know what I'm saying? To go ahead and sit on the sideline. But if a motherfucker really care about what's going on in their house, they're going to get involved and they're going to get active with the situation. Even if it's just holding conversations like this, putting the word out there. You know what I'm saying? Putting the bug in the ear, planting the seed. Regardless of what it is, you have to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Or it's just going to continue to grow, and it's going to become a larger than life problem like we have it.
I agree.
See, look, Eddie say I got profiled by the police when I used to live in LA. Right. See? You know what I'm saying? Like take that for example. Right? Everybody know LA has maybe the worst, if not one of the worst police forces in the country. Them motherfuckers is a real game. Okay? Between them and New York, them motherfuckers are crazy. Right? But now, you would take somebody that live in, like, let's say Iowa or something like that, right? And they're going to look at it like it's not a big problem because it's not happening there. You know what I'm saying? But what about when you want to go visit California? What happens when you want to go visit New York? What happens when you want to go visit these other places where this shit is happening? But you didn't put your head in the sand for so long that you ain't even taking into consideration that it's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What happens when, okay, your children grow up, they don't want to live in that state no more. They want to venture off somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You want your child to move to a state where you know they safe. But how do you effectively make sure they safe in another state? By getting involved. You know what I'm saying? Not just in your states, but in all of it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like we gotta get on these things, man, or shit just gonna continue to be fucked up.
I agree. It gotta start somewhere, man. Eddie said they fuck with me when I was walking the subway for me and my grandma. Yeah, man, and that's something that's what I'm saying. It's always going to be things and situations to where we are put in an uncomfortable position because we are being profiled. And you know what I'm saying? That can cause problems. That can cause a certain type of reaction from us. And as well as our reaction could cause a certain type of reaction from them. So it all has a trickling downward effect of bullshit when you are being racially profiled. And it all falls under being all up under racial injustice. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. All right, what we got next,
y'all? All right, y'all. We gonna move on to another one real quick. Keep it going. We gonna tap in. We gonna tap into social media. We about to talk about some questions about social media, and we about to, get down to the get down how we always does.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go, man. While we talking about all this stuff, let's see what this is. How y'all feel about this? All right, does social media have the power to change the world? With all the access that social media give you, all the platforms that is surrounded around social media, does the social media have the power to be able to change the world? How do y'all feel about that?
I'm gonna answer that question with a question. Right?
All right. Go for
if social media couldn't change the world, do you think the richest man in the world would have bought a social media platform?
That's tough because it really depends on what is his ideals. You know what I'm saying? Because if he's the type of guy that wants to change the world, then I would think he don't care. He see it as a game. But if he didn't want to change the world, I can't see that. Maybe he just don't have trust in humanity then. Because my personal opinion, I feel that social media has the power to change the world, or to at least tilt it going into a positive direction. Because of the platforms that are out there, it gives people with the right ideals an opportunity to have a voice on these platforms. Now, if the people going to use these platforms for as such, I don't know. Now, I've watched a lot of videos, a lot of podcasts where they're talking about things like this. So the conversations are being had. And I feel like a step in a positive direction with a lot of these things starts with having the conversations. So the more and more people that you have that are willing to have these type of platforms and that are willing to get on these type of platforms and not just only talk about drama and a whole bunch of messy fuck shit, they also take the time off in a platform to talk about real life events, real life things that matter. Take us, for example. We talk a lot of shit on our podcast. We bullshit a lot. We make fun. We laugh. We joke. But at the same time, we take the time out to talk about things that everybody else don't know that we talk about. But when we amongst each other sitting around in our own circles, we have these type of conversations. Mm-hmm. So why not, while we have a platform that can reach multiple people, why not have these conversations while we have a platform? So by us having that type of mindset, knowing that we have a platform and we want to utilize it for not only having fun and making laughs and things like that, we also want to utilize our platform to be able to talk about things that may be uncomfortable to a lot of people, or talk about things that a lot of people are afraid to talk about. And that's why I feel like it has the opportunity to change the world. But again, it's going to come down to what society is willing to say and do. Because a lot of people want to keep their mouth closed because they're worried about the backlash. They worried about losing money, losing income, losing fucking viewers, losing sponsorships and things like that. So that alone keeps a lot of people that probably is willing to talk, probably keeps them from saying as much because they don't want to lose those things, which is understandable. Your livelihood is your livelihood. You know what I'm saying? But the opportunity is there. So to answer the question, I feel like, yes, social media has the power to change it, but it's still going to come down to the people that has that platform. Are they willing to use that platform for as such? Because it's there to be used.
I see what you're saying, and I agree to a certain. Now, I agree. But now, me personally, I feel that social media has already changed the world. Right?
Good way or a bad way?
Negative. In a very bad way. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. What social media has done, it has, for one, since the uprise of social media, teen depression and suicides have gone up. Okay.
That's facts.
Mass shootings have gone up. Okay. They've created new terminology like social bullies and all this extra type of shit. Right?
Cyberbullying.
Yeah, cyberbullying and shit like that. So social media has already changed the world. Right? Look at nowadays, 7 out of 10 people don't even exchange phone numbers. They exchange social media. What's your Snapchat? Yeah. What's your Instagram? What's your Facebook? What's this? What's that? Know what I'm saying? Another thing social media has done, social media has separated people. There's no need to jump in your car and go visit a friend or family member anymore, because all you got to do is hit them on social media. Everything you want to know is right there on social media. So it has already changed the world, right? Now me, I feel like for the richest man in the world, right, or anybody in the billions, right, to all of a sudden want to buy a social media platform, that's because they see the power that it holds. That if you control social media and you control the flow of information, because that's what power is, information. Right? So if you control the information that's being spread across the world, then you control the world. Know what I'm saying?
All right, quick question on that. Is it the fact that because you can, social media allows you to get whatever type of information you want to get about anything. So is it the fact that not only is it just so about information, is it the fact that since you, like you said, control information is power and things like that, is it the fact that he can control how much false information is put out there? Are you saying that that's the reason? Like, because you can control the information, so you can control the narrative of what and how people see things more so than it's just an open door to information however you want to get it. Is it more so that he can control the information that's put out there? That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because look, take it like this, right? How many times have you said something on Facebook where you thought it was okay or you thought it was a joke or something, but next thing you know, you ended up in Facebook jail?
It happened a few times.
Right. Know what I'm saying? But see, and that's the control right there. Know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you probably was saying something funny or you probably was saying something slick, but who are they to control your speech when in the Constitution it says you have a freedom of speech? You see what I'm saying? So now, if the Constitution telling you that you have a freedom of speech, but yet the platform that the world is on, they telling you that no, you do not have this freedom of speech. You can only say what we allow you to say. Right? Now, they know you're not about to get off. They know you're not about to get off their social media platform because everybody's on it. And they know that you want to be right along with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So now what they're doing is they're controlling your speech. Once they have the speech control, they have the information control because you can't even get across the point that you're trying to make. You know what I'm saying? That's just like a while ago, you couldn't even type in nothing about the Holocaust on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I remember that being the thing. You type in Holocaust, you will get blocked. You know what I'm saying? It's the control of information. Now, especially with the fact that the world nowadays is turning away from books and history books and shit like that and going more to the internet and social media and stuff like that. Now you could tell motherfuckers that the earth is flat. You could tell motherfuckers that slavery was a choice. You could tell people that slaves benefited from slavery because they learned life skills. You know what I'm saying? You could tell motherfuckers that shit on social media. You know what I'm saying? But once you start trying to talk about the opposite end of that, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get blocked. It's going to get controlled. You know what I'm saying? So that's why these multi-billionaires want these platforms. Like, look at the creator of Facebook, right?
Yeah.
How the fuck you become a billionaire off a free platform? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it's because sponsors and all this extra shit. But why are they sponsoring? Why are they putting money into you when your shit free? You see what I'm saying? Where is it coming from? But then on that, but okay,
good ass question.
So you sit and you create a social media platform, become a billionaire. Now you're trying to create your own social media world, your own little 3D, whatever. What the fuck is that shit called?
Metaverse.
Yeah, metaverse.
The metaverse.
Now you're trying to create a whole nother universe where motherfuckers just slap on these little eye shit, goggles and stuff, and they don't even got to be in their world no more. Now they in your world. You see? So yes, social media not only can change the world, but it has changed the world and is going to continue changing the world. And once again, it's one of the things where we as a people need to jump in front of it and control it before it controls us.
I agree, man. I agree. We have the opportunity to change these narratives. It's just about, are people going to be willing to make the certain sacrifices to get involved in changing the narratives? And us regular people, we probably can't do much on a grand scale. But like you said, M, if we are a person that stay at such and such and such and such lane, street, avenue, drive, or whatever the case may be, that's where it can start from a regular individuals like us. Making certain decisions and certain changes for us regular folk that doesn't have the reach and the power to extend to the higher people, it can start from our community. It can start from the things that we do have control over. Like I say, us at the Conversation Room podcast, we take the time out to find these things to talk about. We don't have to. Nobody is telling us to do this. This is our will of something that we want to do. So again, it's going to start from the individual first. Individual got to be somebody that wants to make change. And we get that everybody can't make change on the same level and do it at the same speed, at the same pace. But it got to start from us little people. Us little people get tired of this shit. We got to do the certain things that it starts from us. It don't end with us, but it definitely starts with us. You know what I'm saying? And not saying we haven't been already trying, but I am a person of effort. I do speak effort a lot. And sometimes that try doesn't mean you try one time and you're going to get the results that you want. Sometimes that trying can be a lifetime. But the fact is that whatever goes on and however it goes on, we can never be discouraged if we got an ultimate goal that we're trying to reach. Because we fighting a lot. We're not only fighting within ourselves and our community, we fighting against a lot of other motherfucking shit at the same time. Because in that same community, if you got 1,000 people in that community, you're not going to have 1,000 people on the same page. So at the same time, while you fighting everything else that's going on around your community, you still got to put in that fight within your community as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's with each other a lot of times. So it never stops. The effort must keep going. If anybody run around here with their head down, face scrunched up, and always crying about shit don't change, shit don't do this, the community, the city, the whatever, then you ask yourself, out of all the things you're complaining about, how much work have you put in to try to make those complaints different? Right. If you ain't got shit to say, then don't complain.
See? And with that,
you're not putting in a proper effort for the shit.
With that, I'm going to jump back up real quick. That brings me to something, right? BLM, everybody know what these initials stand for, or at least you should by now. Black Lives Matter, right? Yeah, keep that fist up there. We're going to see it. Hold on. Keep it up there for me. Like you just said, we got to keep the ball rolling. We got to keep it going. Got to keep it going. Got to keep it going. For about, what I say, 3 years? For about 3 years, Black Lives Matter, they was making headway. Like they was always in the news. They was doing. And then they disappeared. They vanished. They broke up in their own little circle. You know what I'm saying? They started having problems. They imploded from the inside. You know what I'm saying? So now, the point that dropped me to make is these little groups, these little activist groups like BLM that just pop up one day and start making all this noise. Should we start holding them accountable for not keeping the wheels turning, for not continuing the fight and the struggle, or do we let them go and come up with a new plan?
Shit. I don't know, man, because I like to have the thought that as much as we may like some things, all things eventually run their course. Now, I don't think that if that be the case, to say they all that imploded from the inside, died off, disappeared on us. Okay, but that don't mean that you gotta stop. You know what I'm saying? All because you tried this, Black Lives Matter, and everybody got behind that. And as well as a lot of things that we try to do or try to form for us, it's always going to be some type of salt put in there one way or another. With everything that we've ever tried to do, we had Malcolm X out here talking his shit to get us to do how we supposed to be. And what happened? Bang, bang, pow, out of there. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean we got to stop with that. We got Martin Luther King. He was trying to do his thing. Bang, bang, pow. They tried to stop that, or however the case that may be. There's always going to be somebody trying to stop something, or it's going to be somewhere or another making something not work out as we see it to be. But my thing is, I don't have a problem with things running their course for whatever reason. But I feel like the attempts and the tries, that goes back to the effort. That part shouldn't stop. Now, if you say, 3 years ago, Black Lives Matter was popping, they was everywhere, they was doing this, they was speaking, they was blah, blah, blah. And then now they not, but it was something else forming, another type of something to get behind, then that I would be okay with that. Because again, I understand that when us as the people try to make something for us to get behind, one way or another, there is salt thrown in there, whether that's by our own kind or by others. Somehow, some way, there's always some type of salt thrown in there to try to kill it. But my whole thing is, don't let everything that we try to work for and that we stand for it die completely out just because something does not work or it doesn't work for a long time. Because they're going to continue to try to stop no matter what we do. Now, if we just lay down and let them continue to stop everything, we just doing nothing but throwing in the towel. Ain't none of this shit gonna be easy. Everything gonna be hard fought. So it sucks that has happened. It's a sad thing. It hurts more if don't nobody else stand up and be like, nah, we ain't done yet. They thought they had us, but we gonna keep this shit going. It wouldn't make me feel that bad, but if they just take that L and be like, look, we gave it all we had and try to walk away, then I'm gonna feel down about it. Because I understand mentally with my life and with everything that goes on. You're gonna try something, you're gonna try new things until you find something that's actually hitting that motherfucking nail on the head. And like I said, as long as they ain't completely giving up, I don't have a problem with something dying off and gotta reset shit. And if you let them talk, if you let them tell it, Earth did it. Earth died off and had to change and reset and all that shit. So nothing lasts the same forever. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. I'm hoping that it can turn into that. Mook G, I see you out there. Jarvis, thank you for tapping in. Mook G, I see y'all, man. Thank y'all for tapping in out there.
All right, so I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna jump into these comments because Eddie, he got a lot of comments out there, man. We don't want to leave him hanging, man. I see you, Eddie, man. Good looking out.
Yes, sir.
I gotta disagree with you on something.
Okay.
All because you brought up Malcolm X and you brought up Martin Luther King, right? Yeah. And then you put them in the same cast as Black Lives Matter.
Well, not necessarily put them in this. I'm just saying, like, as far as something happening to the movement.
Right. But now, see, here's the thing with them, though, right? Here's the thing with all that is Martin Luther King, he was fighting all the way until he was assassinated. They didn't just tell him to stop. They even locked him up. He went to jail numerous times. And he still kept fighting. They had to kill that man in order to get him to stop. And I'm not even a Martin Luther King fan because I'm not with that peaceful protest shit. But I respect him for the fact that regardless of what they try to do to him, he ain't stopped.
He ain't stopped. Yeah.
Right. Malcolm X, same thing.
They
couldn't stop him. And they had to kill him. Right? Black Lives Matter. Wasn't nobody assassinated. Wasn't none of them in prison.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. With the new age and everything, the way they attack, and I only say this because I've seen it happen to people with money. I only say this because, like, they ain't killing, but for the way the world is set up now and how everything is going, a lot of people is not willing to go as far as those guys. So once you start messing with a person's financial living nowadays, that's enough to make a motherfucker stop doing what they doing. When you start messing with that money, that livelihood. See, back in the day, they was willing to risk it all. So it took death for them to be no more, to stop them what they was doing, because they was willing to risk their lives. Nowadays, the people that we have speaking, a lot of times, they not speaking on the level of I'm willing to risk my life for this shit.
Right. So
now, once they start messing with that money, they willing to be like, all right, you know what? I'll chill out. Cause now I need that money. You know what I'm saying?
But now, being that because they jumping into a fight that's about racial killings and racial injustice. They jumping into a fight that they already know is a dangerous fight when they jump into it. It's a dangerous fight.
I agree.
So now, if they jump into that fight, knowing the risks, right?
They should go all the way.
Exactly. So now, if they don't go all the way, shouldn't we, the people that were supporting them, hold them accountable?
Yes. If, like I say, if they go
and look at them as a gimmick.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. If they just leave it dead and don't want to come back for a second round, I'm disappointed. But I wouldn't just be disappointed if what you started didn't work, but you came back stronger and better. I'm gonna get behind that as well. But like you said, it's a fucked up thing when you know what you're getting into, but you're really not willing to risk the risk that it takes to get that job done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that, like I say, that's the difference between back then and now. Like, it took death for them. Like you said, they was locked up, they was beaten, all types of shit. But they didn't stop. It took for them to no longer be here for that to stop. Nowadays, even with rich motherfuckers with money, weighed out millions of dollars. Once they be like, they do something and they sponsors be like, oh yeah, we dropping you for this. Oh, we can't get behind you. We dropping you. They tend to tuck their tail and go high because they need that money to maintain that lifestyle that they had. And if they gonna start playing with their money, to them, what they talking about is not more important than their money, because that money is directly affecting their livelihood. So that's the only difference between back then and now. I feel like back then you had more people that was willing to go as far with this shit to death than you do now, because now a lot of people is controlled by how much money they can make, how much money they have. So when you start telling a person, yeah, if you do this, if you do that, you're going to start losing income. That's a lot of times, that's all it takes, especially from a person that's not 100% committed in the sacrifices for what that they are doing. Now, again, like I said, Black Lives Matter, they fall through. If they come out or come back better than they was before, more people behind them, more sponsorship, all that shit, then it was like, okay, y'all try to knock us down, but look at them. They got right back up on their feet like they supposed to. But if they got knocked down and stayed down and tucked their tail, then yes, it's very disappointing. And yes, we should call them people all kind of names because they not holding the standard to which they supposed to be.
Absolutely. All right. Okay, we in agreement. All right, so now let's get to these comments.
Yes, sir.
So Eddie, he say, it's just back to the social media stuff, and when it brought out Elon Musk, he said no, because my personal opinion is about Tesla is not a safe car to drive, and I seen a man who got locked in his car and he almost didn't get out because it was a problem with the system in the Tesla car, but he ended up getting out. Okay. Yeah, me personally, I don't feel that a Tesla is a safe car. Don't get me wrong. Do I want a Tesla? Yes, of course I do. Now, do I think it's a safe car? No, I do not. Anything that's being moved for miles need to have a brain behind it, not just sensors and chips and shit. There needs to be a brain directing it. Okay, and being that you could sit there and put a Tesla on autopilot and let that motherfucker drive itself, to me personally, that's dangerous as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know exactly how them sensors work. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what they would like. What are they reading to? Is it just anything that's in front of them they automatically stop? Do they sense the red light, green light? What if it's a dark day, cloudy? Like, it's a whole bunch of shit.
That's a good question.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole bunch of shit behind them goddamn Tesla cars that personally, like I say, if there's no brain behind the shit, I'm not fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't about to get me on the open road and I can't control how this motherfucker steer, or the person I look at to the left of me can't control how this bitch steer. Now we got a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's like motherfuckers sitting there trusting their lives to fucking, like, doing the fucking, they trying to make androids and shit like that, like these fucking robots and shit. No, shouldn't nothing man-made except a human have that much control? You know what I'm saying?
I ain't fucking with no robots and shit. Now, granted, I would probably love to see, because I believe in future advancement. Real quick, I do believe in future advancement, and I feel like human advancement, I feel like humans does not advance without technology advancing. I feel like there's nothing more humans can do just taking technology out. There's nothing more humans can do to advance humanity more than what they've already done now. 10, 15, 20 years, 30 years now in the future, anything that is evolved to a higher level is going to be within the technology realm. There is nothing that a human being can do that does not have nothing to do with technology that will advance humanity in the next 20, 30, 40, 100 years, whatever you want to go. So I feel like I agree. I don't trust robots and all that shit like that. I don't. Because I just don't. I saw a lot of movies. I just really not behind that. But I really can't see humanity evolving in the future without technology or without advancing our technology. That's okay, that's just, I don't know.
Go ahead. All right, so now.
No, that's it.
So now, would you say people, like, okay, you say technology advancing people, so forth, so forth. So do you think technology has made people better?
I think.
Have we really become better or advanced because of technology?
It's harder to say because with almost with everything, technology is manipulated as well. So, like, okay, just for an example, how as of recently, I say the last year and a half, maybe, we got more of the flat earthers coming out with all of their information and things like that, right? Now, let's just say hypothetically speaking, these flat earthers is true. Let's say hypothetically speaking, this shit is true. So we got all this technology, right? Telescopes and all this shit that can see all beyond all this shit. But yet they were still telling us that this bitch is circle as fuck. So if y'all got technology that can see far as fuck and y'all still telling these lies, if that be the case, then to me that says that technology can still be manipulated for whatever they want it to believe for us to believe it is. You see what I'm saying? Because, all right, now for another example, for hundreds of years and probably more, I don't know, the government is saying ain't no motherfucking aliens, ain't that shit ain't real. Even though we hear little conspiracy theories throughout Area 51 and all that, but now they supposedly had a press conference admitting that it's aliens.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all got all this technology that always have been supporting y'all theory that there ain't shit out there. Y'all ain't never seen shit. So which is it? Is the technology not real that y'all saying y'all have? Or y'all using the technology but still manipulating the information? So that's why I say humanity will not advance further without technology. Even though I don't really trust robots and shit like that, but I still feel like we will never advance as a humanity if our technology does not advance, especially if we are not alone in the universe. Especially that fact. So with just putting all that together, I hope our technology advanced to some super sophisticated shit. But at the same time, I am scared that if we do, we wouldn't know how to control that shit. Because the technology is smarter than us now. So that's my fear. So I agree with you that I'm not a fan of the shit. But at the same time, being a realist in the moment, knowing how things were in the 90s to how they are now, how much shit has advanced in the betterment of society, when you pick the good parts about it, I can't see society really growing further in the future and leaving technology behind. Rather than risk and rewards that's involved, I feel like we got to take it with us.
Now, see, it's funny because, like, me personally, I feel that technology has dumbed down, or it stopped our advancement. It stopped human advancement.
Same thing Jarvis said. Jarvis said technology making us dumber.
Exactly. And it's true because take texting, right?
God, hold on. I'm going to let you finish this. I just want to say this real quick. Jarvis, that's a long ass motherfucking comment. But go ahead, bro. God damn.
Right. Hey, I seen that, but I fully agree with him.
I ain't even read it yet, but I'm going to read it while you talking. Go ahead.
Yeah. But when they say take texting, right? You don't even have to know how to spell anymore because technology going to spell it for you.
And I be using that shit too, M.
Right. Me too. I do too. That was it. Like, I'm on my laptop right now. I have a TV. I have lights. I'm
just talking about as far as helping me spell some shit.
Right. Yeah.
I use it all the time.
I do too. But it's like, the thing is that, like, back in the days, you had to learn how to read and write. There was no shit.
Spell check, auto spell. Yeah.
But we'll go back even further than that. Do you know that the pyramids have yet to be duplicated.
What you
They
mean,
don't
like
know.
remade, like made again?
In the exact figure that those pyramids are in, the lines on those stones was cut so
So
sharply that
precise.
if you run your finger down it, it'll cut your finger like a blade. Right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
that was by human hands. We cannot cut that sharp. We cannot cut that sharp right now.
Or aliens.
Right. The things that they was doing back then, we cannot duplicate that shit now. Know what I'm saying? Freaking like take this show right now. I would love to be doing this show out in front of millions of viewers on the stage, in the grass, in the park, something.
Me too. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rather than being on this laptop where I can't really connect with folks. You know what I'm saying? You like, yeah, we could connect, but at the same time, all you gotta do is hit a button and go switch to something else. You don't have to be fully focused in order to see what's going on. But yet back then, you had to be right there watching it. You had to be right there involved in the shit in order to really enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Yvonne, hey, Bubba Clark, how you doing? She done jumped in the bill. She say technology keep you from using your own mind and brain. Exactly. Technology is keeping us away from our own thought patterns. Matter of fact, it's creating new thought patterns for us.
I agree with you on that.
It's like take the movie They Clone Tyrone. You feel
good movie. Damn good movie.
Now a lot of people missed the message that's in that movie.
A lot of people did.
They're not realizing that we're the clones.
We are the clones.
We're the clones. They're controlling us through our music, through our diets, through social media. They're controlling us through all of this, and all of this is wrapped around technology.
Yeah, but see, and then again, like I say, is it the fact that technology is bad, or is it just the fact that technology is misused? You know what I'm saying? Because like when you think about like social media and the technology that comes with social media, yeah, the individual can get caught up in that. I agree. Not disputing that at all. But when you think about a world in general, as a whole, moving forward, you know what I'm saying? The things that we need to do, the things we may need to learn, because I don't know if you believe in such things like global warming and all these other type of things that's going on with the world that we live in, that we got to protect and keep around for us to live on this motherfucker. I feel like there's nothing that humanity can do in those things that affect the entire world as a whole. There's nothing that we can do as a humanity without technology that can fix these things. So I'm not saying like technology is important everywhere with all that shit. Like, yes, it has its bad spots, but I don't feel like Earth as it stands will be able to thrive if we don't get better with technology, even if that's meaning with the technology that we build to understand weather better, the technology that we build to understand how to keep the glaciers and all these things from melting and all of this shit. Like, technology is going to help us figure that shit out. There's nothing that humanity can do that's going to figure this shit out.
Once again, I disagree with you. Right?
Okay.
And here's why. Because you have to think about what caused the global warming. You have to think about what caused these unnatural earthquakes. You have to think about what caused these problems. And what caused them was the advancement of technology. You see what I'm saying? When they started building stuff, You know what I'm saying? When they started opening nuclear plants and stuff to advance bombs and power plants, you know what I'm saying, for electricity and all that shit, they started releasing poison into the air. When they started drilling for oil and shit to make cars, which was a major advancement back in the 19 whatevers, for them cars, you know what I'm saying, that was a major advancement. But when they started drilling for oil and shit like that, and they started drilling into the earth, that was off of technology. Now, even now, they create they creating sonars, you know what I'm saying, sonars and shit like that up under the ocean and shit to map out the ocean to get an idea of what the earth look like. But yet those same them same things is killing off the fish and the dolphins and the eco life that's in the ocean.
Now, I agree with everything you said, because I've actually got facts that I've actually known about all those things you said. But here, this will be my rebuttal. That comes from lack of knowledge about your earth that you live on. So you build these things with your technology and you found out that it's harming the earth. So now, if you get the right information about the earth that you live on and how what you building is affecting it with technology, hopefully you will be able to make better things that won't harm your earth with your technology. So now you advancing your technology ability from where you were, and you're like, okay, we made that, we advanced civilization greatly. We made this 50, 60, 70 years later. You're like, damn, we fucking the earth up with this shit that we made, because you can get solar power. It doesn't have to come from one thing. So there are ways to get your power without fucking up your earth. There are ways. So the fact that you can learn and get better and come up with better technology moving forward to still, so what, like just stop making cars because they all fucking up the world? We're going to stop making them, or we're going to find a better way to make our cars to where it's not fucking up our earth that we got to live on. That's an advancement of technology. You know what I'm saying?
Realistically, we'd be better off without cars.
Shit, you want to walk everywhere? Or we gonna ride some horses and shit?
Look, they did. Look how long they did that.
No, I ain't saying that's a bad idea. I'm just saying,
look how long the earth was great as far as healthy. You know what I'm saying? The earth before that.
I agree. I agree.
Look how many people that got lazy and fat because rather than walking their big ass to the store around the corner, they sit and jump in the car and go a mile away.
Because I'm definitely getting in the car to go right up the street to the store. That's easily in walking distance.
Right. See, exactly. So for me, the car example isn't a good example. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Because, like I say, it there's problems that it causes. Yeah, do it allow you to get long distances in a short amount of time? Yes, it does. But what is that shortening of time costing us? Now, yeah, we could go for these eco cars and shit that, you know what I'm saying, run off of electricity and shit like that. Yeah, but now everybody can't afford them.
Everybody can't afford them.
And then not only that, everybody can't afford them, but everybody don't want them.
Exactly.
A lot of people love having a muscle cars, the gas cars, you know what I'm saying? You can't in a fucking Tesla. You know what I'm saying?
But see, here's the thing though. Ain't nobody gonna go back to riding horses and camels neither though. So it's like either we gonna go forward.
But that's the thing. But see, I'm just saying, like,
I get where you're going.
Like as far as you saying that you need, but I'm just saying, like you were saying that you need technology in order to fix the earth. That what I'm saying is that I disagree. I think we need to get rid of technology in order to fix the earth.
But how can we really get rid of technology? Like we can't. That's something that it sounds good, but that's something that's realistically can't happen.
But it can though. It's just that we don't want it to because it makes life too convenient. You know what I'm saying?
That's why it ain't gonna never happen.
Right, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it ain't never gonna happen, but it can. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as because like look at there's still villagers in Mexico has people that's living off the grid. You know what I'm saying? That's still living from ancient times. Africa had people living from ancient times. Australia had people living in ancient times that ain't fucking with none of this technology stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they living perfectly well. Matter of fact, a lot of them villagers' lifespans are way higher than ours. You know what I'm saying?
I believe it.
Look, man, take baseball and fucking most of these sports where there's a whole lot of athleticism. They getting people from other countries and shit who's not really affected by all this technology, who's out there running all day so they can run 36 miles in 2 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Who could swim 46 miles. You feel me? Like, that's where they getting these people from healthy environments. They ain't fucking with these motherfucking man. Most, like, look at baseball. Baseball is America's favorite sport with 3% Americans. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to start looking at these things. Like, why is it that the healthiest?
I don't think that's from technology though. I just think that's just from more times than not. Like a lot of these other countries, like they just don't like America. It's basically like if you want to be on that type of shit, like our American, like our food system is fucked up
because of technology.
You know what I'm saying? No, not because of technology, it's because of motherfuckers always. I saw a report. Look, I saw a report the other day. A motherfuckers they went to some restaurants and they ordered some motherfucking fish, right? American restaurants ordered some fish. And they all was like, this is catfish. But these people was like investigators. They went and took the fish to the lab and got it tested. And none of this shit was catfish. It was some other fucking homegrown shit or whatever the fucking case may be. I forgot what the name of the fish they said it was. But it's like the difference in the fish was like $7. Like catfish buying it is like $10 type of shit.
Yeah, but that's not really a technology problem. That's more of
that's what I'm saying. So to go to all that unhealthy and all that shit, all that ain't got nothing to do with the technology. That's our food system. When you look at all our food ingredients, we got a lot of fucked up shit in our food ingredients. You know what I'm saying? Shit that humans is not even supposed to be eating.
But that's the thing is, how are those ingredients getting into our food? Because
it saves pennies on the dollar. It's cheaper to make it that way.
Exactly, but it's made from science. It's made from technology. Like, think about, okay, say we go back in time, right?
Yeah.
When shit was actually coming from farms, okay? And you ain't have all them growth hormones. Growth hormones was created in the lab. Technology. Tomatoes and shit getting pig cells in them so that they don't freeze. Technology. You know what I'm saying?
But the idea didn't come from technology because you can have growth hormones and that don't mean you got to use it for food. That don't mean you got to put steroids in my motherfucking chicken and make my chicken wing this motherfucking big. It don't mean you got to use it for that. That's what I'm saying. But they figure if we can put this in the chicken, if making more money, if they knew that you couldn't make more money off of it, they wouldn't do it. It wouldn't be no gain in the shit. They only use it because they can make more money off of it.
But if they didn't have the technology in order to do that, to be able to do that, they wouldn't be able to do that. So they will still be forced to give us healthy food. But being that they have the technology to do it, they're going to manipulate it. Technology, and like that's the question that you had asked earlier about is technology bad or is it? No, technology is not bad because technology does not have a personality. Technology does not have a behavior trait. So technology itself cannot be bad. But you are correct. It's how people use it. But now
it's how people gonna use it. Yeah,
people would not be able to use it in a negative manner if it was not there.
Yeah, I mean, if it ain't there, you definitely can't use it.
You can't shoot nobody if you don't have. You can't shoot nobody if you don't have a gun. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if it's not there, you have to go with the other choice of doing it right. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say you take away this shit, you take away this technology, you take away this shit, and you ain't got no choice but to have a healthy system. Because the ability to do this bullshit would not be available. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, you got technology but you still gotta have a person, like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm making something, I'm obviously got the formula to make it. I'm just gonna use a machine to make that shit for me. But the person gonna come up with that shit. There's no technology that's like, I'm a technology and I'm about to make this. It's a person that's like, oh, okay, I can make this formula, do this, and if I put this with this and this with this, I can get this. That person come with that and bring it to this technology. So
that's
like
true.
It's the ill will, it's the will of the person, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the advancement of humanity, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know the studies, I really don't know, but I would like to think that steroids can help humans as well. You know what I'm saying? Like it can help them with their daily life. Maybe some medicines have it. I don't really know, but I know that if it's made, it can be used for good. So the fact that people use it for fucked up things and do fucked up things with it, I don't want to blame that on technology, because I feel like if it was a world to where everybody was nice and doing the right thing, we will all benefit from technology, social media and all. But the fact that we don't, just like we live in a world to where it would be nice if there was no racists and no bigotry. It would be great, but we don't. Some people abuse their white power. Some people abuse their authority being a white person. It's that person. I wouldn't want to say, damn, we shouldn't have no white people on earth because with white people come all this bullshit. That's kind of fucked up to say. I just wish they wouldn't. Some of them wasn't the way they look. But you know what I'm saying? I just wish some of them wasn't the way they was. I ain't that evil. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like one of those things. Like, it's like shit. As much as it can be used against us, we can use it. It can be used for good.
And all they're joking about I got a few white friends. I got white family. I'm just joking. I love some of y'all. Some of y'all good.
No, but I'm just saying, like it goes hand in hand. Like you can see all the bad in it and be like, yeah, because it is bad in it. It all ain't good. But if we just talking about advancement, because regardless in reality how it is, as good as it sounds, we ain't going backwards. We ain't about to stop driving cars. Like it sounds good and it probably would help in the long run. Not disagreeing to that at all. But I don't see it happening in my lifetime. So by me feeling that way, the only thing that I can say that's going to make society better as far as living on this earth is going to be the technology that we can develop and use to help us make our earth better. Right. Because we definitely ain't gonna go backwards. So the only choice we got is to go forward.
Right.
And if humanity wants to protect their earth and make it a better living, it's gonna have to come with technology, bro. Or we gonna be doomed. We ain't got enough time for everybody to decide to go, because that ain't gonna happen overnight. So if the world did, if they just stopped all cars and made everybody, it ain't gonna happen overnight. And it's gonna, by the time that happens, shit.
It ain't gonna happen overnight, but study has shown that it will help. And that,
no, it will definitely help.
It has, like, yeah, you're right. It won't happen overnight, but it will rejuvenate the earth. You know what I'm saying? And like, just like going on with you, like cavemen, you know what I'm saying? Like, they pick up a rock. You know what I'm saying? They can either cut their meat or bash somebody over the head with it. Yeah, it's all on how a person used that item. But now picking up that rock ain't going to destroy the earth. You know what I'm saying? Freaking, and that's just the thing that I'm saying is that we don't need the shit that's helping to fuel the fire. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I get the whole technology advancement and the shit can help heal the earth or whatever. But it's like, how much more of the earth is going to get destroyed while they trying to figure out?
A lot more.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But then, like,
a lot more.
Right. So it's like, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Why not go backwards? You know what I'm saying?
We study cutting down rainforests. We study cutting down all the trees.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And more cars is going to be made because more and more people is on Earth, and more people is going to get driver licenses, and more people are going to have cars.
Right.
Everything that we have now is going to be more of. Everything that we are doing now, we're going to have to do more of.
We self-destructive.
We self-destructive unless we come up with better ways to utilize what we have. And that's going to come through all this trash we got. You bitches better find a way to recycle it and make it to something new that we can use every day, all the time. Maybe stop. I don't know. But technology and the smartest minds on the earth are going to have to figure it out. Because where we are now, there's no going backwards. We have to advance forward. And then again, like I said, if there are aliens out here, we sure the hell better get our motherfucking technology up.
Right.
Or global warming and all that shit ain't going to be our biggest motherfucking threat.
Right. You know what? Let's go ahead and jump into these aliens before we get up out of here, right? Let's go ahead and get these aliens up here.
Take me with y'all.
Man, look, hell no, they doing anal probes. Fuck you.
Man.
Shit.
That's a myth.
Man, look. First they said
aliens.
First they said aliens.
You know what?
Now they say aliens. So we know they ain't no probes.
You know what?
No.
I wouldn't say anal probing is a myth. But what I would say is this. They done did enough anal probing to know about humanity. I'll tell you that. If they have been doing anal probing since we've been hearing the stories and the myths about aliens, if they have been, trust me, if they technology is what always said it is, how it's more advanced than us, trust me, man. If they've been anal probing since the 40s and 50s or whatever, they got enough information about us. They don't need no more ass. They don't need no more. They good. So, with that being said, I've always believed in them motherfuckers. Not because of somebody said they were, or because I saw videos. I just always assumed that if we lived on a big ass ball in a big ass universe that's supposed to be unlimited range, how the fuck am I supposed to believe that we the only shit that can breathe and walk and communicate and live? I just can't believe that. And I ain't got no proof saying otherwise. Cause I don't know what to believe, the stories, video. I don't know what to believe. But just in my head, if a motherfucker asks me straight up, I'm gonna tell them, yes, I do believe. And they ask me why. I'm gonna say because if the universe is as vast as y'all say it is, with all of these different galaxies and fucking moons and planets and shit, then no. I believe it's something else out there.
See, me personally,
and I can get deeper.
See, for one, I believe in it for the exact same reasons. There's no way on Earth or the universe that we're the only living beings. It's impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible.
That's to believe so is to just pretty much say you're living in your own little bubble.
If what they are saying about where we live and how we are living is true,
right? To say there's
if that is true,
don't you might always say there's no space. Shit. But now, another reason is because the hieroglyphs in many tombs, whether it's in Egypt, in North America, and some of they pyramids and tombs and stuff, freaking all over, they have hieroglyphs, which, if anybody know, hieroglyphs are pretty much story pictures written from ancient times on their walls and shit. But they have pictures of spaceships and shit and rockets. You know what I'm saying? They drew pictures of these goddamn things all over their caves and shit. So now, how do people that's never seen a spaceship just assume how to draw a spaceship? If you never seen a spaceship, why would you even think there's a goddamn spaceship? You know what I'm saying?
Man, let me tell you. You want me to tell you what happened?
Go for it.
I can tell y'all my theory, man. Y'all, I can tell y'all my theory and shit, man. So, this is my theory, y'all, about this alien shit. I feel like this was an alien planet to begin with, right? That explains all these big ass, all this shit that we got, because only their technology would be able to build this shit. And they built all this big shit because they lived amongst these big ass dinosaurs. You see what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing that happened. When the Earth was about to get destroyed by a comet, the aliens had the resources to flee the planet to get off of this bitch. And the dinosaurs didn't. So that's why you got evidence of them being here and nothing else, because the aliens was able to get in those spaceships that you seen drawn because they drew the motherfuckers. They was the animal looking motherfuckers that was on the damn hieroglyph carvings. They were the aliens. But when Earth was in danger, they had the technology and the resources to flee that planet before it got destroyed. You see what I'm saying? And they found them a new planet. So now what happens is now you got visitor aliens coming to see how the planet looking because they want their planet back, if it's habitable. You see what I'm saying? So this is why you got all of this action going on. And that's just my theory, man. You got all these big ass fucking unexplained built ass things that, like you said, cut to precision that can't no human do. Stacked up like it's stacked up with no technology. Just you expect to say thousands of people with ropes pulled this tons of heavy brick and stacked them up perfectly and made a pyramid shape. That's what you want me to believe. I like to believe my story more than I believe that was made by regular ass humans like us. Built that high, that precise, with no technology, just sticks and bricks and carving. It's kind of, I don't know. That's just a little more, that's more far-fetched than my story, if you ask me. But just knowing that what you said has some You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
Mm.
Up until the point of human hands human hands can't do it. Because that goes back to humans were smarter back then. You know what I'm saying? They had greater abilities back then than they do now. You know what I'm saying? I honestly believe that the Egyptians, I believe that they formulated a way to carve that shit. You know what I'm saying? They created a way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because history has shown, Richard, Egypt has some of the greatest scientists that ever lived, even till this day. And so I fully believe that they knew how and they had the ability to do it. Now, I do agree with you about, you know what I'm saying, the aliens helping out and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or having some type of part in it. I do agree with that. But I mean, like, as far as the human hand, I believe that human hands did it.
I mean, like I say, I don't know none of this shit for a fact. I can't back none of my shit that I said that I believe. I can't back none of it. So I can't dispute anything that someone else has said. Someone else said.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. It's like, for me, it's just like a lot of this shit. I don't know, man. You know, we will probably never know any of this shit for a fact. You know what I'm saying? Which hurts, because I'm really into science and I'm really into the universe. Like, I don't know if you ever heard me say this, in Gizzle, but I've always said if I ever had the opportunity, I want to go up as fucking high as I can possibly go. I know a lot of people believe in the firmament and all of that shit. I don't know. But I would love to go up, and I want to know for myself. You know what I'm saying? I've always had a desire to go up. I'm a big universe person. I always look up at the stars. I always try to find the galaxies and Orion's belt and the Milky Way and the Big Dipper. I always try to do that shit. I love that type of shit. And I love science. So I'm just curious on this, and it hurts me that I probably will live a life to where I will never know the secrets and the truth behind none of that shit. It really bothers me, because it's like, damn, is it really that serious that we can't know? Because I know you heard about the Arctic Wall and all this shit, right? The ice wall, and how that's supposed to be the end of the earth because it's a flat earth, and the ice wall goes all the way around the earth, and the earth is a flat earth. That's why you can't really go beyond that. And when you go beyond that, it's supposed to be other continents and things like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't fucking know. I only know what I've been taught my entire life. I know none of this shit for a fact. I've always been told we live on a round earth, sun rotating, earth, moon, we doing rotation, all that shit. I've always been taught that. Only thing I know. So it's like the fact that if y'all saying all this with all these satellites and all this, and y'all still trying to tell us y'all don't know what is beyond this big ass ice wall, it's baffling to me.
No, but see, that's the thing, like, because, man, it's only the flat earthers who saying that shit. Motherfuckers who went to space, and the motherfuckers that NASA and all them, they saying the earth is round.
I know.
It's conspiracy theories, dude. It's the social media generation that's saying that the earth is flat. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, I'll take that back, because they used to say the earth was flat way back in ancient times and shit. And then it became round when scientists and motherfuckers started selling the seeds and all that shit. So, like, but yeah, it's the motherfuckers who ain't never been nowhere that's saying the shit. If you ain't never been to space, don't tell me shit.
I mean, I don't know, bro. I ain't never been to space neither, though.
Right. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, so we cannot say for sure if it's flat or if it's round. We can't say
Good
that.
question. Good question.
It.
But okay, now here's the thing though. It's just a lot of not matching up information that make me question them. I'm not saying I flip my side, but what I'm saying is with them having so much technology and have been doing this for so long, why is there so much gray area? You know what I'm saying? Okay, like for example, still to this day, and I've asked this question to a lot of people, even when I was catching Ubers a lot of time, riding with a lot of different kind of drivers, different type of ethnicities and things like that, even different type of religions. I've asked a lot of them, do y'all think the moon landing is real? And none of them has said to me yes. Now, I'm not saying there's no yes people out there, but like just my experience with this type of conversation, a lot of people says no to this. And it's like, all right, why fake that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it so much gray area with that? Why is it so much gray area with that? I don't even myself. Now I'm just after I done gave you examples of other people, even myself. When I even look at the videos of that, like I say, I don't know none of this for a fact, but this is just how it makes me feel. When I look at videos of that and all that shit, it doesn't look authentic to me. But now I have too many questions.
I'm gonna go ahead and answer that. Well, here's what I had caught. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to have the same question, and I did a little research on it or whatever. Then I came to my own conclusions and shit. But during that time, the first moon landing, that was fake, right? If you look in the background, there's no stars, the flag waving, and all this extra shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit, that first one is fake. They have been to the moon, right? But not at that time. But what happened is that America and Russia was in a race to get to the moon first.
Facts.
Russia, they was closer to the technology and getting it done. America couldn't afford to be second. So what America do? They hit the studio, throw up some blue screen, make some Lit Planet shit, shake a couple of boxes. We in the spaceship. We went to the moon first. Ha ha, Russia. We beat y'all. You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, eventually they went. You know what I'm saying? But that first one, that video fake as shit. That video.
Well, I would love to see a leaked video of the real one. Until then, because I don't know. Like I say, if y'all are fake that, y'all are fake a lot of shit for whatever game it is in it. I don't know. I'm not a politician. The fact that I know that y'all will bullshit me like that, because y'all didn't just fake out Russia. Y'all faked out y'all faked out y'all people too.
Right.
Y'all had motherfuckers watching this shit on TV, space launchers taking off. They even had this shit in Man in Black. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So y'all did a lot of pump faking in that shit. And that don't sit well with me. How do I know y'all ain't pump faking about a lot of other shit just to trick Russia? But since y'all tricked us, y'all like, fuck it, we might as well go with it. We know the truth, but you know what I'm saying? We gonna let them believe what they see and believe in shit like that. Like, how do I know that's not y'all narrative with everything? That's why I say it's so much gray area. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason. And it's like, if that, like, at least for the people in your world, in your United States, at least it should be a way for us to get the real information. Instead of us going on 50, 60, 70 years believing the same shit. That's not true. So that's my only thing. The fact that I know that they'll pump fake the fuck up us, they pump fake more than Kobe. The fact that I know they gonna do that to me, it's hard for me to totally get behind the stories that they tell me. because that allows me to ask too many questions. Just like when we used to talk about the Bible, and I used to be like, I don't discredit it. I just don't get fully behind it like a lot of people because I have so many questions.
Mm-hmm.
It's so many gray areas to me. It's the same thing. I'm not saying that I'm not going to call y'all no liars off the top, but I ain't no religiously followers behind y'all neither. Because I don't know where the fuck y'all leading me. I'm not sure because I've known that y'all will pump fake the fuck out of me.
Right. See, and funny,
that's my whole thing right there.
Right. And honestly, like that's why I've been doing a lot of research on like history and the origins of this and like the origins of the Bible and what came from this and where it all come from, because I like always knew that the Bible was something put together by the Romans and shit, and like there was bits and pieces put in and put out and other, but then always chopped it up to, all right, well, yeah, these stuff was put in and put out, but it's still the word of God. It's still the word of God. But then as I got older, and it's like, okay, but who wrote it? You know what I'm saying? Who actually wrote this? You know what I'm saying? Because the book, Mark, Luke, and Mark didn't write his book. Matthew didn't write his book. Luke didn't write his book. You know what I'm saying? Those were stories telling, the writer of those books was hundreds of years later. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, telling the story, but not that, but it was stories of shit that happened beyond his time. You know what I'm saying? With nobody telling the story. You know what I'm saying? There's no other written literature except for what that person wrote. You know what I'm saying? So where you get it from? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, back then they had people, you know what I'm saying, going telling shit, you know what I'm saying, mouth to mouth and shit like that, like how we do now. But it's like, okay, but the way that you trying to write this shit in detail and telling me that it's the exact same, that it's the exact facts. But yet if you tell one person something to go tell this person something, but yet it's 4 people in between, the message going to change. The story going to change.
Exactly. So exactly. I agree.
And so it's like, had to start research, like, okay, where did it come from? And then it's like, couldn't find out, like, a lot of the stuff is based off of other ancient stories from beyond this time, but they just took the characters from this story and changed the plot on it. So, you know, ain't no real telling about who's right, who's wrong, what's what. All I know is that long as the Bible telling me to do right and it's telling me not to kill, not to steal, not to cheat, no, I ain't gonna fight the shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say I believe in the person that they telling me is God. But it's like I do know there's a God. But you know what I'm saying? And I know right from wrong. So I ain't gonna put down the Bible, but I ain't gonna tell a motherfucker like, yeah, that's the almighty truth right there. That's God's words right there. I can't do that shit no more. I used to do that, but now it's like I can't do it. I can't do that with an honest heart.
Yeah, that's how I feel, because I like you, the homie Dre. You know what I'm saying? Y'all motherfuckers go to church. Y'all know something about y'all book. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know a little something. And I hear shit from y'all, and I read some shit or I see some quotes, and they make hella sense. The word be good as hell. It give you exactly what you may need for whoever may need it. My whole thing is I just can't say all of it. I can't get behind every word that it says in the way that it says it. Now, maybe they mean it differently. Like you said, people have changed the words to fit whatever because it's been told, the story's been told down. Mm-hmm. So maybe in the original way, it probably would have sounded better to me. But the way that it comes out now, it's like, wait a minute. You can't say that and say this. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I be feeling sometimes. But not saying that when you saying that, I can't be like, okay, all right, yeah, now that right there, I fucks with.
Mm-hmm. Because
so it's like,
go ahead.
No, that was it. That was it.
Right. Yeah. But Mama Miss Clark, she does said some that honestly make perfect sense. She say, I don't believe that no one has ever been to the moon and will never get there because of the fact that there is no gravitation and man can float in air. This is something that man came up to make us dumbass think they walked on the moon. It's not going to happen. That's a very good point. That's, and as I was reading that, as you was talking, I was sitting there trying to think of, okay, well, they have the weighted boots and they have the little jet packs and shit, but yeah, no, there's no gravitation. Like, so there is no weight. So just because you wearing extra heavy ass boots don't mean that shit gonna keep your ass on the goddamn ground because there's no gravitation. That's why satellites is just floating around and shit. But they metro tons of weight. And so it's like she do got a point. She got a good point.
God damn.
Right. That's damn. That's deep right there. That's deep.
Hey, but like if you believe in what a lot of people saying, they always said that it's water up top. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, what do a human body do in water? Or what is it supposed to do in water?
Is water up top of where?
Above us. This is just some theory. Yeah, this is some theory. People say space is water because you know how, like, all right, when you in water, the human body is supposed to float, right? Mm-hmm. From how they predict space to be, when you go in space, what the fuck is you doing? You floating. Oh. Even when they show us videos from the astronauts inside of the spacecraft while they're out of space, they inside the spacecraft, and what they doing? They floating around and shit. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people say that. A lot of conspiracy theories say that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy when you just like I say, when you just with this social media platform, all this shit open up, and you just let people talk and say shit. The fact that they leave so much gray area with a lot of this shit, you giving these people the window to get in people's heads and talk they shit.
We own a world with an ocean that's inside of an ocean.
And the same thing I said, until I ain't saying I believe in all that, but I've also saw an ocean inside of an ocean. I've actually saw a real video of this shit. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, the dude that one of the dudes that yeah, so it's possible to have an ocean inside of an ocean, apparently. So okay. That's what I'm saying. With all of this shit, just make other things just like, even though it sound crazy, it don't make shit far-fetched when you really don't know. We really don't know shit. Like, it's crazy.
How do they explain the sun then? Because the sun is a ball of gas and fire.
That's okay. Now,
once it's in water,
like now, I've watched a lot of shit, and I've seen people do. I don't know how they made their own weather balloon, some kind of, or whatever, with or the camera on it, and they let it go all the way up. I've seen the people start it and watch it go all the way up. So one video I saw actually showed the sun, bro. It showed the sun, but it showed the sun like under the clouds type of shit. Now, when I saw that video, I'm like, this shit fake as hell. Ain't no motherfucking way that shit's supposed to look the way it's looking. They doctored this video up. That's what I'm thinking initially. But I continue to go throughout my day, and I go across more videos. And I happened to see a video that was explaining how the sun is rotating, like, because they was talking about flat earth shit, and they was talking about how the sun is rotating at an angle, but rotating at a way where it's kind of going like that. And they was like, that's why you got the seasons. That's why when it's 12-hour difference, it's dark on this side and it's light on this side. And then when it come back up around like that, it's dark. That's why you got it going like that, because of the way the sun is rotating like this. And when I watched that video and I compared it to the video that I saw with them releasing their camera up to the sky all the way up or whatever, I'm like, damn, as much as this shit looks stupid to me, this shit makes sense. They made it, man. There's two different people doing these. They not in cahoots with each other to make these videos. These is two different people doing two different kind of contents. I'm just putting them together my own way. Like, damn, if I look at it like them and like this, both of this shit makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be like, damn, they just leave too much gray area for a person like me that's really into science. And I give everything a chance to speak their truth, because I'm going to make my own decision anyway. But I'm really into this shit. And it's like, damn, man, y'all really losing this battle right now. Y'all was winning for 50, 60 years. But now y'all losing this battle because everything that y'all taught me for all this time, I always questioned. Now you got people that's coming out with this information about the shit that I was always questioning y'all about. That's crazy to me. So that's why it's like, yeah, I don't be trying to just deny shit because I don't know, bro. And I want to know the truth. I would love to know the truth. So before I try to block out one way because I was taught something my entire life with me not having no way of knowing any of this shit for a fact, I'm going to listen to this shit. And I'm going to get as much information as I possibly can from as many people that's going to give out the information, from as many videos as they go. I even started watching videos, and I even went back and Googled old maps of the flat earth. Take y'all time and go look at that shit. I'm not trying to persuade y'all no way, but I'm just saying, if y'all really don't know and just like me and want to really know something, start looking this shit up for yourself. I'm past just hearing what people told me. I go look at shit myself. When I see a video, I go to Google and be like, let me type this information in and see what Google got to say on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that they'll pump fake the fuck out of me. Hella times. So I give all these other platforms and all these other people a chance to at least let me hear them. So like, and I don't know, bro. I don't know. Just like I am a religion, I might be the same way with the universe and all that shit, the same way I am a religion. I don't have one. I'm a human being and I know right from wrong. That's who I am. Okay. And so I feel like I'm about to be the same way with this earth shit and the universe and the stars. I'm neutral. I don't know nothing. I don't know which way to go. I ain't on nobody team. Fuck it. That's why when the aliens do come, take me to y'all new planet with y'all. I'd rather live there with y'all. Because I don't know shit about this. They lie too much over here. I don't know shit about this that I'm living on. I don't know shit. What if we only got 20 more years before Earth end? And they telling us we still got billions and thousands of years left. We don't fucking know. Y'all been pump faking us all the time. We don't know shit. How can I trust y'all about what goes on with the Earth? If everything that y'all always told us, y'all could have been possibly lying about the shit. Take me with y'all, E.T. Soon as you come here, I'm going to be the first nigga standing in line. Because I don't know. There's too many gray areas out here, bro. I got to guess if y'all went to the moon. I got to guess if this bitch round or not. I got to guess if y'all really got satellites up there that can really stay up there without... I don't know. And now y'all want to say, yeah, we got aliens. We had contact. Yeah, we been had them. We just, what else y'all been knew and ain't want to tell us? When we gonna find that out? 5 years before the Earth end? Fuck out of here, man. I don't know, bro. It's just too many. And then you got people talking about the firmament that believe in the Bible and things like that. If you a Bible person, it's just so many things and so many ways the actual Earth can be. And y'all want me to only believe y'all when y'all be lying to us all the time.
All right, well, let me just say to you and Akima, All right. Y'all take y'all ass up there and become alien steak if y'all want to. All
Hey,
right.
Kimmy, we gonna be hand in hand. I'm going.
Right. You gonna be the main dish, she gonna be the side.
They're not eating us, bro. Listen, if aliens really left planet Earth before the Earth can be destroyed, and they've been thriving wherever they've been all this time, they don't need to eat humans. Telling you that right now. We are not on their menu, bro. Because if they was thriving on this planet before it got destroyed, then they was thriving somewhere else.
Shit,
you know what I'm saying?
That's probably why they keep coming back, man. We probably really cattle for they motherfucking ass. That's why.
Hey.
What other reason would they have to come back here? They smarter than us. They on some other planet that's doing better than ours. Freaking everything is better up there. So what other reason is there to come here except for to pluck 3-4 of our asses off and make?
But we don't know if they living better. They probably was like, damn, I miss Earth.
Okay. Well,
damn, I miss Earth.
if they not living better, why haven't they came and took this bitch over then? I would have took it over. Shit. If I was a motherfucker.
They probably trying to. But while they lying to us, telling us that they going to the moon and shit like that, they probably was putting up the ArcNet, bro. I already told you this. Everybody believe in the firmament and all that. I've been telling people, if the firmament is true, then the only truth that is that real shit happened, because they put real shit in movies all the time. We was just giving a shout out to they clone Tyrone, bro. They put real information, real dialogue, real shit in movies. We just gotta decrypt the shit.
Exactly.
And Man in Black, when they showed us that Agent K put that goddamn, when they faked the moon landing, or when they really went to the moon, like as you said, after they faked it, they went up there to put up the ArcNet, bro.
Okay, so now look at this, right? Now you just said
that's what they did. That's why the aliens can't come back.
Okay, but hold on. You just said something though. They feeding us little truths, right?
Little truths, little at a time.
So now, how many movies
hidden messages?
How many alien movies are they fucking us up compared to alien movies where they just want to hang out and be cool and shit? You got
but see, that's the thing. I think they lying to us on what the aliens are going to do if they come here. You see what I'm saying? I personally feel like we can live amongst them motherfuckers.
Man, we can't even live amongst ourselves. How we gonna live amongst they motherfucking? We can't even get along with. If blacks can't get along with whites, yellows can't get along with browns, whites can't get along with nobody. How the fuck we expect to get along with some green ass people?
Cause it'll work.
Man, shit.
And that's the thing. Here's the thing, because it's like
for some sugar. Nope.
Bro, the only reason why aliens will come here and fuck us up, which they probably would, is because of the fact that we've been holding some of their homies hostage since the 50s.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? That's pissing them off.
Right. I agree with that. I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? Because who's to say? Because they never said, oh, yeah, we caught these aliens. They crashed here. They came here to fuck us up. Who's to say they was harmful people, harmful beings? Who's to actually say that? They probably crash landed here, and if we would have let them do their thing, they probably would have flew up off this bitch. They probably weren't trying to come here anyway. But the fact that y'all done captured them, held their ass hostage, cut them open, examined them, did all of this shit, you probably pissed them people off.
Right. See,
you never know. I'm just saying, you never know. Never know.
Another reason why not to go up there. Shit, they probably trying to get revenge. Shit,
they might be trying to get revenge. I still want to get up off this motherfucker. I don't trust them. I still want to get up off this motherfucker.
They probably like, we tired of getting Clyde, let dumbass in the trailer park. Let's go get one of these motherfuckers over here.
Let's go get somebody from the hood. No, but they put them in movies all the time. They put everything in movies all the time.
Yeah, hell yeah, they do.
It's just a matter of time before the shit happens.
Right. But hey,
they be trying to show it to us. We got to open up our eyeballs.
But we are at that point, good people.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, animals, cats, ducks, chickens, and all that shit in between.
Don't forget the aliens. Don't forget the aliens.
Shout out to the aliens, man, because I fuck with y'all. I don't think y'all want to come down here and fuck up what we got going on, man. Y'all ain't gonna be on y'all Craig shit. Bro. See? You know what I'm saying? I just feel like y'all curious about the universe, just like humans is curious about the universe. If the humans had the technology to drive far as hell and go to these planets that they say out there, they would do the shit with no hesitation. But the fact that they can't, that's why they ain't did it yet. But y'all probably can. I don't knock y'all for exploring this motherfucker and coming around and seeing what's cracking. Because if I had it, I'd do it too. You know what I'm saying? I believe that y'all nice. I don't think y'all on that shit. I think y'all will just be chill. It's how we react. You know what I'm saying? If we react on some bullshit, y'all gonna fuck us up. We don't stand a chance. But if we cool and chill, I think we cool and chill. But the government want us to think that y'all gonna be on some violent shit. I don't think that's the case because they pump fake too much. So whatever they say, I'm start believing. From now on, whatever the government say, I'm believing in the opposite. They saying that y'all gonna be violent and fuck us up. I disagree. They gonna be nice.
This motherfucker stupid.
But we about to get up out of here, y'all. I want to thank y'all for tapping into the Conversation Room podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I've been one of your two hosts, Mr. King Coleman.
And I'm your boy, M. Gizzle, a.k.a. God's Homie. Thanks for tapping in. Thanks for tapping them likes. And thanks for hitting them shares. Thanks for letting us know you care.
For sure. Y'all have a good one, man. Be good. Peace.
Once again, it's the spin, 8 to 10 every Monday. Conversation taking place. All of it's real, some of it's funny. Kick your feet up if you like, at least your internet connected. Twist a blunt, pour a drink simultaneously, a separate perspective with respect. Being reflective with some fears. Couple hours out of your day, fire in the hole and cheers. Oh yeah, might as well go ahead and talk your shit, but make it funky, cause we all gon' sniff. Signing in, King Coleman and them Gizzle. Come on and kick it for a little. Ain't no hating, we debating over topics big and little. If you're ready, let's get it. Let the greatness resume. Welcome to the Conversation Room. Tap in and tap share.